2 of our Gangster and Goddess Glow Up. Are you ready to put day 322 in the books? Un, deux, trois, let's go. And I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. This is so fun. Doing a full day of eating with you today is super fun. And the best part about it was I didn't legit even think about doing it until I started preparing it, because when I saw that epic piece of meat, I was like, we need to believe and receive and know that we just got the creme de la creme, and she is a perfect 10. So our steak, we're doing her 3 ways. That's right. We're going to do it my way, pressure cook. We're going to make it on the little stove with our beautiful pan for the babies, Brady and Bailey. And then, of course, you know that I am obsessed with ribeye little pillow clouds. And those are so chef's kiss. It's not even funny. I will not spoil it. I'm going to hop on pop and we're going to get this party started. All right, so here we go. Let's do her. Okay. Not only that, I have the best freaking hack that I came up with the other day with my scrub daddy. Well, actually, she's like a scrub mommy. I'm not going to spoil it though. You got to watch my scrub mommy hack because it is freaking epic. Okay, yeah. All right, so hello, beautiful world. Happy Thursday. I hope wherever you're at, you're having a magical day, living your dreams, and living your best lives. Okay, now, so we spent today eating together. However, like I just said, I legit didn't even think about like doing what I eat in a day until I brought little Bessie out of the refrigerator and she was ready to be quote unquote processed. Yes, I processed her myself. Not kind of like the way that like a badass hunter would process it. No, you know what I mean? Not like naked and afraid. More like I just went ahead and I snip, and then put her in the, yeah. So I went ahead already though and pressure cooked, shared what I ate, made sure you got to see the portions. Because people, let me just say real quick. Okay, wait, hold up. So, okay, you have to see the portions. And remember this, I am coming from a place where I am doing a very high fat, medical, ketogenic, carnivore with, I would say the only thing that's not carnivore really that I have is my kombucha and like my coffee or whatever, but I never really claim that I'm like a purist carnivore. In fact, if you want to go fact check me, I always say I'm actually like a little dirty carnivore because you already know I got both sides. We know that. All right, so that being said though, here's the tea. And by the way, that's another hack too. See, once I start twirling, tea. If you want to be a badass date when you're on Tinder, don't go for a crazy coffee order. Snatch out your tea bag and be like, yes, please. I just want a hot water because I come prepared. We already know my favorite tea is the blueberry muffin and sugar cookie from Red Rose. I love those so much. However, I'm a beverage gal. So that's why I say I'm not like the purest carnivore. And of course, we already know I'm obsessed with snow cones, 100,000%. However, we processed Bessie, and I'm going to share with you what the pillows look like and what the steak looks like when I'm done cooking it for Brady and Bill. That is, they still want it when I finish here. However, I did want to share though the portion sizes that I do eat, because here's the thing. In order to have like ketogenic numbers, your fats have to be super high. So my fat to protein ratio is usually about a 4-to-1. And when you see that on the plate, you're going to be like, girl, are you serious? And believe you me, okay, I am that chick that can volume eat like freaking crazy. Like I can put it in. I could probably out eat anyone for real. This is legit. Yeah, you can even ask the kids and stuff. Like I was a volume eater. In fact, I still kind of think I kind of have my own like little conspiracy theory that one of the reasons why I have my ulcer and my GI issues are not because I was eating vegetables. That's not the problem. That's not the problem whatsoever. The problem was I was overeating the vegetables. And that is one thing I'm so grateful I've learned from doing a medical ketogenic diet is the portion sizes and how I realized how much I was bombarding my little system, having to digest like tons of food. Because before, like even, I'm telling you, even when I was just like starting out on a medical keto, I would overeat like tons of vegetables because I love that full feeling. So I would have like steamed broccoli and stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, this is when cauliflower rice was cool. Like when it first came out and you couldn't even find cauliflower rice when you saw it at the store and you thought that you like won the freaking lottery and had to go post it on the Instagram. That kind of situation, okay? So, I mean, I remember one night that I ate like, I swear, I know, you're going to be like, how are you still alive? I don't know. But one night I had 2 bags of steamed cauliflower rice, like the Jolly Green Giant ones, and I added to it because I wanted to make like a vegetable stir fry. So what I did is I added to that, and this is actually really yummy. If you can eat this in smaller portions than what I did at the time, then this is actually a really epic recipe that anybody could actually love because it was so good. I love it. Okay, anyway, so I had like 2 bags of cauliflower rice, and then I had 2 bags of freaking cauliflower that I steamed. That's super easy in the microwave with plastic. Don't do that. Okay, and then I added to it a bag of coleslaw, like that you would buy at Ralph's or Kroger or wherever you like to do your grocery shopping, and put that in there. And then I added in the Miracle Noodles. Now, okay, I don't know about you. Does that kind of sound like a binge? Bingo! Let me tell you, just because a food is quote unquote healthy does not give you permission to eat the whole entire vegetable section at the grocery store. Because what it's going to do to you is make you feel horrible. And, you know, a lot of people always talk about how it's just processed foods with sugar and all that kind of thing. I think it's everything. And that is where I was thinking before, where when people say that you should eat less and move more, I think if you think about that, maybe eat less volume. Eating less of a volume might do better. Like, I'm hoping after I have all my teeth issues and my other things under control, that I'll be able to go and have a delicious salad or add more vegetables and fruit and all that. But right now I'm cool because this is just where I'm at, okay? And you know, I always say we have to meet everybody where they're at. Well, that includes ourselves, right? Yeah. Okay. So you know what? I'm not going to hop on pop anymore. We're kind of done because I don't want to be stealing all your time rambling on about this. However, keep watching because there's more fun when you get to see what are we going to end up eating for the rest of the night. Who knows? But yeah, I'll run off now. Just thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. You already know that you're a rock star, a superstar, an angel in my heart. I will see you mañana. And if you decide that you don't want to hang out with me anymore right now because I'm not really your cup of tea, well, that means I might not be your friend's cup of tea either. So just go ahead and share me with them. And you know what? Maybe they might find some kind of like some little golden nugget in my message today. Or maybe they'll just waste 10 minutes of their life They'll never get back. You send those to your haters. Let's just keep moving on. Manana. Right, so I want to share real quick for those out there that do not think that this is 100% Angus grass-fed boneless ribeye steak, and it is grass finished too. I asked. These are $27.99 a pound. This guy is $34.71. What I'm going to do with him right now, I'm going to pressure cook him inside my Instapot. However, if you've seen any of my steak and skate, well, actually steak and skate, I normally like put those up on the pan and share with you the way that we do that. However, this bad boy right here, what I'm going to do with him is I'm trimming this fat off right here, and probably I'm looking at him real quick because this right here, I'm probably going to do surgery right there on him. Maybe sometimes if I can do this with it, like if I can pull it apart with my fingers, that kind of is an indication that that should be in our little cloud ribeye, if you will. In other words, I love to take these little pieces right here, this and this, because I'm pressure cooking this. This fat right here tastes phenomenal in the pressure cooker. However, these right here, they're yummy too, don't get me wrong, but when you put these in the air fryer, which we're gonna try out the oven. I know a lot of people do not have air fryers, but in my little cast iron pan, of course, you know, dexterity is everything with me. It's a 6-incher. She's tiny, but she's mighty. And so I'll go ahead and cut this off, cut it into cubes. I'll share it what it looks like with you when I put it in a bag. And then tonight, we'll use that as our little ribeye pillows, cloud fluffy pillows. I know, they're named all kinds of different things all the time, but just wanted to share. There you go. This is a high-fat, medical, ketogenic diet. Please remember that. 4-to-1. Fat to protein and carbs together. You get tiny portions. You can get used to it. I promise. I legit could be the best competitive eater ever with how much I can eat. However, legit right now is not the time. So if we're not doing that, we're doing this. And this is going to be fire. Let's go. Quick, here's what the Instapot looks like inside right now. This one is ceramic. And the way I clean it, because I use this thing almost every day. I do use it every day for so many things. I'm getting ready to clean this part real quick with apple cider vinegar, water, and I take these little scrub mamas. This was like a scrub mommy, not a daddy. And I cut them into 4s because I don't like to have nasty sponges on my anything. I mean, who does? So I go ahead and I cut them into 4s. I use them for a couple things and I just toss them. And yeah, just wanted to share real quick. And at the same time, here is what our piece of meat, just a piece of meat, what she looks like. But baby, look, can we look at this for a minute? Oh, she's so thick. Thick. But today, this is gonna go with bone marrow, which I'm roasting up here in a few, but I wanted to get this in the Instapot. This goes in for an hour and a half. We're pressure cooking it, and with some water in there. Of course, you know by now, I'm a freaking Topo Chico freako. I'm a freak in the sheets with my Topo Chico. So I'm gonna pour that in there. Brings out some minerals, I guess. I don't know. I just do it because it tastes good. And I'm gonna end up developing a fabulous meat broth that I freeze immediately because this is a recovery-based meal. Recovery. We don't want any food sitting in the refrigerator for days. That gets histamine buildup. No bueno. So this right here, let's see what she looks like when she comes out. We got the meat broth that I will most likely freeze right after I get it because it's probably not going to drink it. I'm going to go ahead and chop these puppies up, make me some of my favorite blueberry tea, and keep on moving. So I just went ahead and made 3 different types of Jell-O, and at the same time I made my Element Pina Colada, which I'm going to go ahead and have that with this as soon as I get her all fixed and ready. One of my 4 Americanos for the day. I know, it's a thing. Okay, so the little Armra Element Pina Colada situation, it's in this. I've made it a billion times. This is what I use inside it along with the watermelon. Okay, so Jell-O wise, this one right here I made with sparkling water, and I went ahead and made a little cake batter and added, where's she at? Where'd she go? Here she is. And a little bit of coconut sweetener, and then use the pineapple Armra in this one right here. And you gotta wait for the fizz to go down. This one right here was, I used San Pellegrino because I found a couple glass bottles. Even though Topo Chico's my main game, like he's my real dude. All right, this one right here is a blue raspberry slushy mixed with the watermelon colostrum. I have a method so it doesn't get cloudy and it works. This one right here is an Element sparkling watermelon with the Armra watermelon colostrum. They just really, they hit it. And if you want to add a little kick to it, put a little vanilla extract in cake batter. It's so fire. Love it so much. Yeah, there you go. That's another thing I consume as part of my recovery diet. Yeah. Let's go pop her in the refrigerator as soon as she is ready to rock and roll, which means wait till all the clouds are out. It might take a minute, but it's worth it. Let's do this. Let's keep on rolling.
So not cute, but just a representation, and that's actually like a big piece of meat, and there's bone marrow. Just wanted to share.
So here are our little pillows, ribeye pillows. I just took them out of the air fryer and they're super hot, but look at all the rendered fat from that. It's crazy. Okay, so they're right here. I'm letting them like kind of drain on a paper towel. Spoiler, sad spoiler. We're not going to be making the other steak tonight because the kiddos are not hungry for it. However, I told you I'd give you a 3-way, and check this out. This is our meat broth. If you don't want the fat on top, you're able to just like crack through it. And I wanted to share this with you. If you do want to have the fat, it's up to you. Either way. But this is our meat broth. I'm going to go ahead and put her in the freezer because I'm not going to drink her right now. But I wanted you to see what you could do with this. This is not bone broth. This is meat broth. The bone marrow that I ate earlier was fresh roasted bone marrow. So just we're dealing with the histamine intolerance. This is how I'm trying to share. So yeah, there you go. Now I'm going to get my kombucha. I'll share that with you. And you already know I made some Jell-O for the night. And yeah, there you go. That's what I eat in a day for the piggies. And yeah, and for me. And now you see. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Love you to pieces. You can tell the portion size of those fat bites. That's it. The little cloudy ribeyes, that's what I'm telling you, that the portion sizes are not that big. Now this little bad boy though, I love it so much. I gotta be honest with you. So amazing. And you look over here and I have a half a kombucha, a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. I put a little sweet of this. This is like by far the best stevia I've ever tasted. It's so good. I don't know what they do to it, but it slaps. And then Snowmax never lets me down.
So I got my apple cider vinegar in the morning with the Topo Chico, and at night we got it going on with the kombucha because I do have an ulcer and she is active. So I'm doing everything and anything to do my best to keep that little girl at bay, keep her happy, keep her down and not flamed. Yeah. So what are we going to be having after this? Probably some Jello and call it a night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, chilling like a villain. I appreciate you to the moon and beyond. And look at that. You're always welcome to my little place that I call home with my head up in the clouds. Thanks for your amazing grace and your epic love and light. Now it's time for you to run off and count some sheep, get some beauty sleep. Wake up in the morning, make new memories. Mwah!